We all know that when you're minding your business and not bothering people, people like to bother you or try to mess with you. One thing that I always observe in this world is that people will always try to do evil shit towards you or they'll try to set you off. And we got to understand that there could be some type of interdimensional being that's attacking us, utilizing the people around us, or utilizing, you know, just circumstances. Maybe you left for work early to get some coffee, but some red light messed you up, and you're just trying to just skim off, a little 5 minutes or whatever, just try to get to work early. Now you're like 15 to 20 minutes late to work, and now you hear your boss bitch at you, and it just kind of sets the mood for the day. And then you got this paperwork and this, and it just piles up on you. And then as this is going on, you release this negative energetic manifestational frequency, and some type of being is eating off of that or feeding off of that, your negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, pain, hurt, whatever. But a lot of us, we've been through certain situations where people are just evil towards us for no reason. We never did anything to them, we never bothered them, but it's something inside them, it's something you said that they heard that's eating them up inside. And instead of them just going somewhere else and watching somebody else, they focus their attention on you. Look at what happened in my situation. I had some extremely evil people, target me. I guarantee you nothing happened to them in real life because karma's not real. You know, some of the most evil, wickedest bastards have everything in this world. And in this world, people are going to treat you nasty. They're going to talk about you. They're going to hate you because of your race, your skin color configuration. They're going to hate you because the way your face looks. They're going to hate you because of your height. They're going to hate you because of something that you did that you can't control, that you didn't control. And you're going to be judged on that. You're going to be targeted based on that. And there's nothing you can really do. And you got to think about it. When people try you or do little things to try to take you off your game, if you will, there must be something about you, because people are not going to waste their time trolling, waste their time attacking certain people unless that person has something that they want or something about that person. Because there's millions of people in the world. You got millions of billions of people in the world, but yet somebody's going to choose to come on my channel. People's like, hey, BPV, don't you worry that, family or somebody? I'm like, bro, I already know that there's people in my family watching my videos and watching every chat. Like, I already know that. But I don't care. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm doing what millions of other people do, make a YouTube channel and talk on it. I'm not bothering nobody. you know but you got to understand where, there's this thin line of just minding your business and then somebody on purposely crossing it and trying to get a reaction out of you, trying to get something out there. Like they're setting things up in a way, without them looking like the bad guy, And that's how this world is deceptive. Everybody likes to wear a mask. And it's annoying because for somebody who's real and authentic, you don't like wearing masks. You like to just be yourself, But when people try to do things nasty towards you, your best bet, man, is to stay focused on whatever it is you're trying to do. You're trying to make beats, you're trying to make this, you're trying to make that, You're not going to be able to take on the world. You're not going to be able to face everything by yourself. Even Alexander the Great needed an army. Julius Caesar needed an army. The great Genghis Khan needed an army. They weren't on the battlefield by themselves with just an arrow, a spear, and a bow, They had people fight for them. They unified people under their command. And then there was a force to be reckoned with. So the best way to get back at these people is to try to join forces with somebody who's going somewhere in life. And you guys are going somewhere in life. And it's very rare to find people who have talent and ambition, because most people are just happy with a regular 9 to 5. They're happy with a regular school degree. They're happy with that. Other people want to be entrepreneurs. Other people actually want to create and innovate and make things that just totally break down the social norms of life. I always feel like music is contains a certain healing frequency. And I was thinking to myself the other day, what if there was like a machine that targets cancer cells, but it targets the cancer cells based on an energetic manifestational frequency, meaning that the cancer cell itself kind of resonates at a certain sound or a certain frequency. And we can make a machine that can just target the frequency of that negative, energy the cancer is giving off. Maybe we can just eliminate the cancer We could neutralize the cancer without destroying the underlying cells, the healthy underlying cells, next to the cancer, rendering the patient pretty much saved. The cancer's gone. You did an exact energetic manifestation of frequency, got rid of the cancer, and now the person can thrive and survive. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? You know, but you got to understand that you're not going to be liked by everybody, and people are going to always try to mess with you because they have some underlying things they're going through. But that's no excuse to be an asshole. It is no excuse to be an asshole because somebody mistreated you or did you wrong in life. We already seen the Heat and Succeed situation. You know what I mean? And in that situation, his own fan base pretty much turned their back on him. They shitted on him. They talked about him until he crashed out. And then when he finally crashed out, everybody's acting surprised. Everybody's like, why did he do that? He did this and that. And these people are just such bastards. It goes to show you that the black pill community, they don't need a savior. The BP community doesn't need a savior. These people hack, they dox, they do all this fucked up shit. Then people that actually are good speakers and orientators and presenters, they ignore them. And you're going to watch the same black pillar they watch talk about the same subject in the same boring voice, same video everybody else makes. It doesn't teach nothing new, doesn't bring anything interesting, but they want to suck, these people's cocks, Meanwhile, the real ones getting kicked out, getting doxxed, really living the black pill shit, they pretty much get ignored, Goes to show you there's a lot of phony, you know what I mean? And not everybody's your homie, and everybody just, not everybody that's lonely probably deserves it. There's a reason why certain people are alone. There's a reason why that person doesn't have a girl in his life. There's a reason why this person is this, that, and the third. Maybe that person's just a bastard, Some people are just evil. Some people I feel like are put on this world to cause death and destruction to others. They're put on this world to cause problems. They're put on the world to just raise hell and cause chaos. I really believe that. Like, some people are just created just to do that, like on purpose. Or some being put that person there with a specific designation to just go AWOL and go ape shit and cause this, But when it comes to the Heat and Succeed shit, it goes to show you, man, like his father loved him, like Heat and Succeed had a way better, like he had a mom, dad. But that doesn't mean anything, does it? Your psychology, what you've been through in life, how your mind is shaped, what your mind been through, how your mind was warped, how your mind transitioned from something that was just vulnerable and innocent and something that was fragile to something either more fragile, vulnerable, or innocent, or something that's hard, something that can be pierced with normal light, something that's like an abyssal missile of darkness, some type of abyssal crystal that can't be cracked. Our minds were never created for all this type of bullshit we go through in this life, it seems. Or maybe our souls have been carefully crafted and trapped inside this prison of flesh. And we're given this life where it's, you notice how you're around people that hate you. Notice that. People that don't want any trouble, you don't want any problems, you just want peace and tranquility. This life will purposely put you around people that are trying their best to fuck with you. At your job, at work, at school. And it seems like you can never escape it. It seems like let's say you move to Australia and get a new job. Yeah, I'm gonna start over. And the first day you see the damn boss is an asshole, or you see some work related safety hazards or whatever, or some type of work thing that's haphazardly done. So if you complain, everybody's like, "Damn, bro, this is how we do things around here. You can't hang around us," And it's just, you got to deal with that, knowing damn well if some safety shit happens, your life is in danger. Your one and only life. That's another thing. You have one life. Are you gonna spend your whole life trying to attack somebody, putting your whole energy in trying to kill somebody or attack somebody, when you could be putting your energy in trying to build a solidified foundation for your own creations and innovations, so you could have some financial, economic acceleration and stabilization? A lot of people don't think deeply like this. Don't waste your life, man, hating somebody. Don't waste it hating. That's the worst waste. Looking at somebody else and trying to sabotage them, trying to piss them off, trying to be assholes. Just stop. Stop being an ass. Stop being a bastard and try to be a good person. We need more good people in the world. We don't need no more Heat and Succeed crash outs, Point blank period. We don't need no more Heat and Succeed crash outs. And also, we don't need people getting bullied either. You know, if you pull out a sword, expect to get stabbed. If you pull out a gun, expect to get shot. And if you're a bastard, well, expect one day for somebody to sock you in the face. Or worse. Be good, people.